7 o'clock, we haven't started, right?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll start with the board member roll call.
Merchant? Here. Page? Here. LaRock?
Here.
Buravich?
Here.
Schramm?
Here.
Okay, all present. We get a motion for the approval of the agenda. Oh, yeah. Under new business, just add, going over the dump day.
That was the 7th of June?
Yeah, it was.
Was, okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
I'll second that.
Okay, we got approval of the agenda as read, as amended by Jen, second by Greg. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carried. We get an approval of the meeting minutes from April 8th board meeting.
I make a move to approve the minutes of the last board meeting.
I'll second that.
Second.
Okay, we have a approval, motion by Bernie, second by Greg to approve the minutes from last month's meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Down to the approval of the bills, general bills and wages in the amount of $336,775.46.
I make a motion that we approve the bills and wages in the amount of $336,775.46.
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Lori to pay the general bills and wages in the amount of $336,775.46. Second by Jen. Roll call vote, please.
Buravich?
Yes.
Schramm?
Yes.
Merchant?
Yes.
Beebe? Yes. LaRock?
Yes. Motion carried. Moving on to the sewer bills. We got a motion to approve, pay the sewer bills of $2,010 even.
I'll make a motion to approve the bill, $2,010.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Bernie, second by Lori to pay the sewer bills of $2,010.00. Roll call vote, please.
Schramm?
Yes.
Merchant?
Yes.
Beebe? Yes. LaRock?
Yes.
Buravich?
Yes.
Okay, motion carried. Correspondence, we have nothing, okay. Moving on to the sewer monthly flow. We're at 1,468,633 gallons for the month, which equates to 48,954 daily. Okay, moving on to the new business, the road brine. I think everybody's got it in front of them. The same company that we've been buying for years is the very first one, their liquid calcium chloride sales. And it's only went up 2 cents a gallon from last year. And that's a good 38% concentration compared to the rest is all,
The rest are all well, Brian, isn't it?
well, Brian, yeah.
I'll make a motion, we go with liquid chloride, 38%.
I'll second.
Okay, we got a motion by Bernie, second by Jen to go with liquid calcium chloride sales for this year's brine. We get a roll call vote, please.
What is your total cost of the brine?
No, we're not taking questions yet.
What do you mean? What are we paying for?
Merchant,
Yes.
Beebe, yes. Schramm,
Yes.
Burovich,
Yes.
Lorak.
Yes. I will get with the county and get on the schedule. We'll shoot for 1st of June, weather permitting. And whatever Redmond tells me as far as when they can get out there and get them graded and ready to go, so. Cemetery contract. Leo Chamberlain has the cemetery contract, and he has 1 more year left on his contract. But it's getting to the point where he can't do the lawn maintenance and all that stuff, the upkeep. He is going to stay on doing the paperwork and doing the burials and the cremations, take care of all that stuff and all the PR. But he's gonna be dropping down to $3,000 a year. And his contract was for $4,600. So the other $1,600 is going to go to, what was it, Willie's?
I believe.
Willie's Prune and Groom, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Simon.
Billy Simon is doing the rest of the maintenance on lawns and stuff, is gonna take over the lawns at the cemeteries. So. Speaking of the cemetery, I wanna thank, Billy's not here, but thank Billy tremendously. Mitch was there helping. They did a heck of a job getting that cemetery cleaned up and spit, shine, spick and span. All of the township's properties are looking real good, so you guys did a good job, Mitch.
Thank you.
Thank you.
On the Polish Line road work update. Actually, a little bit of good news on that. I met with the county yesterday out there on Polish Line Road. Tri-County Excavating got the bid. And for some reason, even the county is dumbfounded, but the bid come back at $55 per lineal foot. Last year when Wilkinson's did the other end of Polish Line, it was 82 cents or $82 per lineal foot.
That's why you get bids on everything.
So, the good news is, we allotted, was it 624,000 minus the county's match of 25,000, puts us around the 600,000 mark. And as long as we agree, we can now go, instead of stopping just past the old Strohschein farm, we can go all the way to, by almost to the old Gilmet farm this year. It's up to you guys as long as we're all on board with it. I think it's for 55 cents and or $55, excuse me, a lineal foot.
They're doing as much as the other one was. it's equal work to what
Same standards being
Yes.
met?
Yeah, it's exactly the same standards, the county will take care of it all. And that's gonna be that much less that we gotta do next year if we decide to finish Polish Line Road, cause it'll be a shorter stretch. And, you know, this year at $55 a lineal foot, who's to say next year it's $100 a lineal foot? You don't know, what if we only knew we,
Well, if we already allotted the money for it,
correct,
and if we can get more road for the same money, I think that sounds like a good idea.
yeah, I agree, so.
You making that a motion?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll make a motion, we go with that.
I'll support it.
Okay, we got a motion by Greg, second by Bernie to continue with another 2,750 lineal feet of the new roadway and Polish line. We get a roll call vote,
Yep. Richard?
Yes.
Phoebe? Yes. Thorock?
yes.
Gorovich?
Yes.
Schram?
Yes.
Okay, motion carried. Okay, now the dump day. GFL finally got back to me this morning. We're not gonna be able to have dump day on June 7th. They, the whole month of June's already, the whole month of June is taken, and they don't do 2 dump days in 2 different townships at the same time. So, I don't know, everybody name your poison, pick your poison. Do you wanna try and, I don't think it's good to try and squeeze it in this month.
No.
And June is shot. I don't think we wanna do it in July. If we wait until September.
September.
We need GFL.
What about the, people also, that are here for seasonal, are they still gonna be here in September? I mean,
I'd say if we stuck early in September with like the week right after Labor Day or something, we should be all right.
Mitch, what was your question?
We have to go with GFL. Plus, can I call things back tomorrow and tell them if we don't do it on June 7th?
I don't know if anybody else has got roll-offs.
There's not,
I think it's GFL is it with roll-offs,
they're the only ones.
so.
I'll call things tomorrow.
So,
I say let's go with the first Saturday after Labor Day. I don't think we wanna do it in July.
so that would put us September 6th.
did they give you any opening dates that are available, that, not that we're gonna pick a date here, that there's another
She said-
issue?
Pretty much anything's open other than June,
Okay.
so.
And what time of year do you have to schedule ahead to try and get into June? Do we need to do that now for next year?
Actually, this is our first year we ever did it in June. Maybe that was,
Usually May.
yeah.
Well, if we wanted to do it again, or
Right.
at least try for it, when do we need to do that in order to make that happen?
Yeah,
Okay, now. But maybe if we see it in September, if it goes over great, maybe we only wanna do it once a year, do it in the fall, or in September.
that's what my goal is, to try and do it once a year. Alright, so we'll move that to
Do it
September.
once, because the rest of them ain't gonna bring it anyway. If they're not bringing it once, they're not bringing it any other time.
You need that to a motion?
When they don't.
Yeah, we put that into motion to move the dump day from the 7th of June to the 6th of September.
I'll make that a motion, we go September 6th.
I'll second that.
Alright, motion by Bernie, second by Greg to move the dump day to September 6th. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. On to old business, building and grounds. I think we covered that up there by the cemetery, these guys, what they did. From the mess of that storm, everything looks great. The road update, I just did that with the road brine and the update on Polish Line Road. Fire report.
We've got, a truck into the trees after a seizure. Lines down on Kate Hansen before the storm on 320. 324, a CO2 detector, and also the same day, a rollover on I-75. On 328, there were 28 runs booked, and in the storm, with the storm, at the time of our meeting last month, there were 138 runs from Central 911, so that was 110 runs from the storm. At that point, I'm sure there's more, we'll hear about that at the next meeting. There's $6,000 equipment for the new truck. I'm not sure where we're at with that, because that was still gonna happen, or we were discussing that. The high school was supposed to do
Yes.
that. And so I haven't heard anything on that, so we'll have that on the next meeting. And there were some issues with the state not reimbursing for the storm. The county, I believe, told the fire department to keep all the receipts for fuel, keep hours, any damages. And when reimbursement was requested, there was a problem. That I'm sure we'll hear about the rest of that in the next meeting here coming up. So that's what I've got.
And on that note, that has all changed. We had to do some crunching numbers for 2 days to put all of our wages, all of our truck usage, fuel, parts, anything, together to get it to the county building so they can get it in, because FEMA isn't involved now, so it's looking like should get something at least. Alright, thanks Greg. Treasurer's report.
I received a check from the city for the first quarter for $31,949.
Okay, thanks Lori. Citizens' comments.
Did you hear from Myers about if they're gonna do anything about the?
I have not, I have an email into them, trying to get in a phone call to that guy, so it's been probably 2.5, 3 weeks now. So
How long do we wait?
I was thinking of giving him another week maybe, and then turn it over to the sheriff.
Thank you.
Yeah.
On the website here, I mean, I've only ever paid attention to the board review meetings on, the ones following when you get your assessments, so the early one. There's a board of review in July. Is that an actual board of review, the same? Is that a late one?
It's just, I believe it's a late one, yeah.
Okay, so you know what I brought up last meeting?
It's in the works, but it hasn't been,
Okay.
yeah, so.
I just wanna stay on that, just because, I mean, I hate to be that person, but from what I seen that day,
No.
you agreed with me on
Yeah.
that. And, one other little question I have, I guess, is, does the township have any say? I don't believe they do, but I'm just hoping somewhere along the line they could with the county. Okay, I've got a new assessment on the little shack that I put in on the storage units there. And it says, change in 2024, a small house was put on the property, okay? But yet I can't go down to the county building, to the zoning and what have you, and get a occupancy permit or anything like that on that, because it's under square footage for the zoning for the county. But yet, I'm being taxed from Inverness Township as a small house then. So, left and right hands don't jive, I guess, is what. Government needs to kind of, maybe, do you go to zoning meetings or anything like that? I mean, should we? Maybe,
That, I don't know the answer for that, but I will get a hold
I
of
guess
Clayton.
I'm just kind of getting the snowball rolling here, maybe.
I'll get a hold of Clayton
Yeah.
and ask him. He should know on top of his head, or then I'll get a hold of somebody in zoning.
Because I know the county can override the state, okay? They're smaller than the state, so why can't the township override the county? Fair question in my mind. As far as square footage on that house, why can't I use it as a dwelling if I want, you know? Why do I have to go by them saying, you need 720 square feet? Why do I need 720 square feet if I wanna go live there? I can live in a box. It's taxation, taxation, taxation. Where's that? Thanks.
Chris?
Okay, well, you cut me off here earlier because obviously you don't want to mention it. I asked you the question about what is it costing us for road running? And you're gonna come back with a comment about, well, we're not taking questions now. Well, simply, you should take the question because what are we paying for the road running? It's a simple freaking question. Now, you talked about June. I've been around with this for 20 years with Mr. LaHaye in the past that was sitting in your seat. That frickin' road out there on Indian Trail, you know what's going on out there. The trucks. Zoom, 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 zoom. 100 frickin' semis today, dump trucks, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Can you imagine the dust out there that's out there right now? We wait till June every year. Indian Trail, because of that frickin' pit, should be brined twice a year. We shouldn't have to live like that, and it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. You need to take charge and come up with some sort of solution with this brine that we don't have to wait till June. Because in the past years, arguing with Rod LaHaye, I've had to put my own money on the road just so I can frickin' breathe on the porch and have a beer. And it's already started now. Dump trucks, semis going by at 6:30 in the morning. By noon, when it's dry like today, if the wind would have been blowing out of the south, I couldn't see my frickin' yard today. The road brine needs to get out there as soon as we can get it out there in May, beginning of May, as soon as the road gets unthawed, because it's not getting any better. It's getting worse and worse with the truck traffic. Now we have all the people bringing all their brush to the county pit there, and it's been going on for, since the storm. And I don't know when they're gonna cut it off, but it is literally every 5 minutes a vehicle going by with brush. Coming from Burt Lake, Brutus, Elston, you name it, they're coming from everywhere. But we need brine out there, ASAP. Not in June 10th, 15th, or middle of June. That's another month and a half. Appreciate it if we can get something done here for the future, and I don't have to come here and argue with you or say my piece to you for the next 3 years. You know what's going on out there. Vernon knows, he deals with it on the backside of Indian Trail.
I know, I live right there too.
You live there too.
Yeah. Well, here's something, food for thought. We look at the price per gallon, obviously, the stuff that the, liquid calcium chloride sales, is better at controlling, but, some of the other stuff, although it may not work as well for the price, you could break it up into 2 times, maybe some earlier, and then another one a little later on in the summer. Suggestion, I don't know, if that's plausible. Do 2 times with the lesser cost rather than once with the more expensive stuff. I don't know the longevity of the other stuff. Where we got,
The well kind is very, very touchy. You can put it down one time, that's why we went to calcium. You can put it down one time, it'll last all summer. You can put it down the next time and that won't last a week.
Was it because of the concentration of
Yeah,
whatever comes out of the well?
Yeah,
I think also, if there was some actual road material there, you're actually driving on the original grade there. There's no gravel really left there. The road is the same height as the field or lower, and all the material over the years has been pushed into the ditches. There really aren't any ditches or culverts anymore, all with trees growing in it. Like we were talking earlier, on the other end from Richardson to Polish Line, that road was Afton-stoned. I feel like that would be, in conjunction with some brine, a hell of a lot better. Yeah, it would be much nicer and probably hold up a lot better and be far less dusty than putting it on, it's a sandbox. The road is the way, in the condition it is now from Richardson down to Extension Road, there's no road bed anymore. You're on the original grade. When you're picking up big stones, the size of footballs, you know that there's no more gravel there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not opposed to adding, how many, what do we got, 2,000 tons sitting, that you guys had made last year, sitting in Wilson's Bay?
yeah, if it's still there, yeah.
I don't think it's been used anywhere.
It would be nice to put some of that down.
I can talk with Redmond and see if they can put a little bit of that down and then brine it. I'd call them tomorrow and see.
Thing is, you put new gravel down, and you lay that all over and add the gravel, but it's the truck traffic within 1 week, 2 weeks, that are beating the hell out of the road all day long. And the dust continues and and it gets beat into the ground, the brine. After a month and a half, it's gone. It's gone. And if we had 3 or 4 big rainstorms, it's gone. We need to get it brined twice a year.
Next paving project.
I'm not against paving it, because from Richardson Road, from Microbiotics down past the gravel pits, we put how many tens of thousands of dollars of that Afton stone there. It's like a freaking concrete road. It really is. There's not a lot of dust there because it's concrete. And I don't know how we did that there, because Wilkerson is benefiting from this situation. Well, his truck's being beat up. But from Richardson Road to the Consumers Power Plant, and Richardson Road going towards Polish Line, it's a disaster. out there. And we deal with it, us people out there, daily.
Alright, I'll get a hold of Shane tomorrow and see what we can do with anything to get this year. See what he's got to tell me tomorrow. We'll go from there.
Okay.
Any other comments? Mitch?
When you get a hold of Bill Burbidge, you wanna get a hold of him about canceling it, all the signs out there?
Yeah, we'll have, Lori can probably do that, make up some more, signs for September
I'll let Billy know.
6th and, get them out there enough and.
I'll bring the new ones out Saturday morning.
I'm sorry?
I'll bring the new ones out Saturday
Okay,
morning.
Alright, alright.
Okay, any other comments?
Yes, at the last meeting, I see that it was a motion to approve the budget as amended. The budget that, is it referring to the budget that we were presented with on March 10th?
Yes.
Is there a way to get a copy of that amendment? Is it going to be posted or?
It was here at the meeting last month.
Well, the meeting last month was not at the regular time and, it wasn't on the website that it was changed.
There was no power or way to put it on the
I
website.
understand that, but that means that we didn't have any means then to know there was a meeting that was changed.
It was posted in the box and it was on the door here from the night of the original meeting.
I actually drove over here because I didn't know. I came over and I read the note and went back home.
Can I make a suggestion then, because on the website, you have noted that, all board meetings will be held on the first Tuesday of each month at 7 p.m. unless otherwise specified. What is that, I mean, then, could you then put on the website what that means, specified of, that we have to come and look at, or, like, how would we know to come and look here for the meeting?
I think during normal circumstances, it'll be on the website, but with this storm, the way it happened,
My
everything was.
question is, the original question is there a way to get a hold of the budget that was amended?
Yes.
That's what I want to know. Is that yes?
Yes.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay, any others? Leo?
The county does that rating of roads every year. Is that been done for this year?
The what?
Rating.
Oh, the rating of the roads? No, that'll be in the fall. Early fall, cause then we have to go down for a meeting
Don't want anything done with Foot Road, they go fast enough now.
and, any other questions, comments? Okay, entertain a motion to
I
adjourn.
make a motion to adjourn.
Just works by loads of brush all the
All in
time.
favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.
No, no,
I am, thank you.
no, Brian.